Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Hey, listen, content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's especially made for us and hopefully for you too. And today we're going to react, review, and watch the brand new 1984 film, A Christmas Story, on a new segment I'm going to create right now called 90-Minute Classics. I'm looking at the runtime right now. It's an hour and 33 minutes. I just want to take a picture and just savor this moment of looking at that runtime. Because I just love that runtime. You get in, you get out, you tell your story, and you go home. Exactly. Josh, I love this movie to death. I'm so glad we're watching this. Tell me your thoughts about it, please.
Yeah, so obviously I heard about this movie when I was really little, but never. My family wasn't one that watched it all the time. You introduced me to it a little bit, reintroduced me when we were younger, growing up, because you liked it a lot. But
I did. Sorry.
But as a fun fact, though, I mean, I have seen a lot of this movie. I've probably seen 85-90% of this movie. It is on in my household, a lot during the Christmas season. But I got to be honest, I haven't really sat down and watched from beginning to end the entire thing that I can remember. So while I essentially know the story and most of the movie, this might be my first time actually watching it in its entirety without being distracted by wrapping presents or making a gingerbread house or whatever else is going on while I just have it on in the background. It's always just been a background movie for me. So it'll be nice to actually sit down and watch it.
I think this might be the first time I've watched it as an adult, especially in a setting like this where we're, totally zoned in, no time with family or anything. So I'm excited to see it because there's so many story points from it that I remember, but I want to see how it all comes together in this 90-minute, runtime. Is it is it going to be like a clip show, or is it going to tell the story very well? I mean, something fell off my wall. Christmas Story house is actually close to where I live, and for the first time I drove by it because I never went to it, and I drove by it like visiting a friend not too long ago. I'm like, holy fuck, there it is.
Yeah, and from my understanding, so I actually went on the tour. So they give a tour of the house. I went last year because my mom bought us all tickets. So I actually went inside of the house, and it's mostly set up as a museum type thing where they show you a bunch of props that they have. And from my understanding, most of the movie was not actually shot there. It was shot mostly in Canada, I believe they said. But they used that house for like external shots, and then also there are a few key scenes in the movie that they did film there. So it was interesting to go, but again, I went there not having sat down and watched the entire movie, so it was an interesting experience. But yeah, I'm excited to watch it. This is, if you're following our channel, the first time we are ever watching a feature-length film on the channel. So hopefully this is something we can continue to do, both with older movies, newer movies, whether it's a 90-minute classic or it's revisiting a movie or whatever the case is. Definitely something we'll get more into as the channel goes on. But this is the first one here, A Christmas Story.
Yes, I've talked about it multiple times in the intro, how we watch movies, all this stuff, but this is the first time we're watching a movie, on the channel. And I think we want to experiment. Do you want us to watch bad movies or like old-timey classics? What do you want to see? I have plenty of ideas what I want to see, but I want to, as part of the target audience, what does our target audience want to see? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to watch this, so we're gonna watch it. I'm so used to watching Marvel products. I just suspended the Marvel Studios logo for A Christmas Story. Oh, shit. Off to a good start.
At good old Cleveland Street, how could I ever forget it? But there I am, with that dumb round face and that stupid stocking cap.
I think the commentator is one of my favorite parts of this movie as well. I didn't even remember that joke of him making fun of himself. That's so funny. So this came out in 84, I think, but I think the time premise is the 60s, I think? Oh, yeah, look at those cars. That's got to be 50s, 60s.
Jostled in wonderment before a golden, tinkling display of mechanized, electronic joy.
I mean, it's the same thing nowadays. It's just called Amazon. Like, I'm not even a parent, and I wouldn't even know what to shop for a kid nowadays.
In his hand was the knurled stock of as coolly deadly-looking a piece of weaponry as ever I had laid eyes on.
Let me go on record and saying the dad in this movie is like my favorite character. Probably my favorite Christmas movie character ever.
Victor. His name is Victor.
How the hell did you know that?
Everybody knows that. Hurry up, you're gonna be late for school.
Yeah, I'm running late already.
Me and Haley always talk about, in like movies and TV shows, one of the biggest tropes, it's like, what family all gets up early enough to like have a full breakfast? Like in every show, they're like, I gotta get to work, and then like run out. It's like, why did these families always just have enough time in the morning? I was getting up like 5 minutes before I had to leave for school.
Never in my life have I ever had breakfast with my family at a table. Ever.
Especially when you'll see, like, sometimes they'll have like a whole breakfast platter set out, and then the character comes in, like, you know, takes a little drink of orange juice. I gotta go, I can't eat breakfast. It's like they made a whole feast.
The only example, and it's a really weird example that randomly came to mind, is Insidious 3, where, like, the single dad gets his kids up to go to school, and, like, none of them have breakfast. They just run out the door. Really weird and random example, but it just came to my head. I know we're watching A Christmas Story. But let me say on record that Insidious 2 it might be my favorite horror sequel of all. Nope, that's a lie. Conjuring 2 is. But Insidious 1 and 2 is my favorite horror duo of all time. I'll say that.
Son of a bitch would freeze up in the middle of summer on the equator.
Little pitcher.
Hold it.
I love how overprotective she is of him being cold, but then this happens. I'm crying. Oh my god. All the emotional moments in Hawkeye didn't get me, but that got me. Look at that kid with the beret. What a badass. He's the only one with one. Everyone has hats covering their ears. This badass has got a fucking beret. I remember once as a kid, I don't know if it was on your street, but we had plastic light poles. And I'm like, okay, it's plastic. Maybe it won't stick. So, like a dumbass kid, I put my tongue on it, and it stuck for like a millisecond.
Oh, no.
For a millisecond. And I kind of freaked out, like, like it is real. And it,
What are you gonna do? I don't know. The bell rang.
can't be late. Oh my god, look at that.
No.
Oh no. Oh, why are you stressed out?
Like it's his fault or something.
Yeah, like he literally didn't do anything. Man, that kid has got a good shit-eating grin.
Curled over his green teeth. Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense.
I love that line. It was his only defense.
All the kids in this are great.
Like, I don't know, like kid actors, man, when they're good, they're fucking good, man. I love the setup for this. Like this big setup for something he brought up just in the scene before. Like, hey, we're getting a package, but now it's like being set up is like the biggest thing ever. And upcoming is a joke that I say probably way too often, and my family constantly quotes. I think you know what's coming up.
Ah, fragile. It must be Italian.
I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at that!
What is it? Watch it.
Let's see.
Oh my god, look at that fucking outfit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, can you imagine just being a kid in the 50s and this is what you're excited about? Like, not Hawkeye, not Spider-Man, No Way Home. It's a Little Orphan Annie time on the radio. All these ridiculous daydreams was like I'm pretty sure I can remember myself as a kid doing ridiculous stuff like this. Like picturing all these
I do this
ridiculous
now.
scenarios. Where like everything goes in your way. It would either like we dream of like great scenarios that would happen, or if like something happened to us, as we'll see later in the movie, like where we just play ourselves as the victim.
But like situations like this, though, so true. Like you think it's gonna be like something so dumb, but like as a kid, you think like, oh, this is gonna be so great.
And it just doesn't happen. I don't know what it was for your family, but I grew up with the plastic tree my entire childhood. How about you?
Yeah, I was just about to say that I have never experienced anyone that has done this, and this is another like big Christmas movie trope. Like even if you get a real tree, I've never experienced someone like going out, getting a tree, putting it on top of their car. You know what I mean? Like I know what happens, obviously, but I don't know. Never me.
Like I've driven by people, like in the highway or on the street, like who have a Christmas tree on their hood. I'm like, oh wow, look at them. But we've always had the fake tree, where like it looks exactly like a real tree, but it's it's fake. I didn't grow up with my dad around, but I had a stepfather, and he never did any stuff like this for me, like teaching me stuff. I feel like as an adult, where I'm like an idiot, because I'm an idiot today, this would kind of help. Oh, here it comes.
Fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word. It was all over. I was dead. What would it be?
I like how the dad
guillotine,
doesn't freak
hanging?
You know what your son just said.
No, what?
What a classic! What a classic parenting thing. You know what your son just said? What a ridiculous trope this was. This was a real thing.
21, and then they'd be sorry.
I love this. Like,
What did we do?
No, I have
I must know what we did.
soap poisoning.
oh, that is such a kid justification thing to do. Like, they nailed that right on the head.
Here is the message. 12, 11.
I am in my first secret meeting. Aha, B. I went to the next. E. The fate of the planet may hang in the balance. Yes, 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 yes.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine? A crummy commercial? Son of a bitch.
C plus. Oh no, it can't be.
C plus.
My dumb ass was happy to get a C+.
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is too.
No.
Then what's your name, little boy?
Hey, kid! Hurry up, the store's closing.
I was blowing it. Sid, wake up! No!
Oh, this is the best.
No, I want an officer red undercover knife to 200 my rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Kicks him down.
Oh my god.
Did you see Santa Claus?
Kind of sucks knowing like that it's like, well, it's like you'll never wake up like this again. You know what I mean? Like wake up to a like Christmas morning and like as a kid, you know?
Yeah, like being excited about gifts that you don't know are there, and still believing, Santa brought them, or even just seeing all these wrapped gifts, like it's with name tags and all that shit. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure it's like if we have kids, then we'll get to be on the other side of it, you know?
Oh, it's
it'll
not
still be different.
That's not gonna happen. I don't know.
I never realized how late into the movie he put this on.
This is what some people remember the most about him. I'm like, he's barely in that thing. Oh, see, he's already taken it off. 2 minutes. Oh, I love this so much. Look how giddy he is.
Can I try it out, Ma? Can I?
Okay,
Oh my God, I shot my eye out.
Dad runs out of the room. Oh no.
I'll fake it. They'll never know the lens is gone.
Oh no.
Rapidly, my mind evolved a spec. The heavenly aroma still hung heavy in the house, but it was gone, all gone. No turkey sandwiches.
We are going out to eat.
And I just found out a couple years ago, apparently it is a thing for people to eat, like, Chinese food on Christmas.
I've gone out to an Asian restaurant on Christmas, and it was not dead. So yeah, it's a thing.
Gradually, I drifted off to sleep, pranging ducks on the wing and getting off spectacular hip shots.
All right. Let me make sure there's no post-credit scene.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed it. I hope everyone watching out there enjoyed watching our reaction. Go ahead and comment down below any other movies that you would like us to react to, whether we've seen them or not. We can look at what you guys want us to watch. Hopefully this will be the 90-minute classic series will be something we continue, but also watching any other kind of movie as well. So if you're not subscribed to the target audience, we just finished watching Hawkeye this week. We're watching Star Wars The Clone Wars. We're going to be watching The Book of Boba Fett, and we also review movies, react to movie trailers. So subscribe to the target audience to make sure you don't miss any of those videos, and have a Merry Christmas.
Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll close this up. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Hey, listen, understand this. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and also made for you. Thanks for coming along this ride, and we'll join you next time when you get your Red Ryder BB gun, and we'll have a good time with the next whatever thing we're watching. Thanks for watching, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, we'll be there. Thank you. Have a good one.